Yeah, what's that? 7:07? That's what my computer says.
Oh, okay,
Is that okay?
sure.
First on our agenda is the minutes, which I realized for the February ones, Melissa's name is spelled wrong over and over again, and that's my fault because I thought I searched and replaced and I did not.
No worries.
So that I will fix. Anybody else have any corrections to the February minutes? Anybody?
No, but reading them over is a good reminder about that Kenny film.
Oh yeah.
Look into that.
Do we want to talk to them about seeing if they would let us play?
Show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Well, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could email Beth and ask about it. Because I think she had sent it to us. Is it a YouTube link though, or an attachment? I could find out if she has the original, so I could download it.
Cool.
That is history now. He's not growing beans anymore.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
What?
took a bath last year and sold his equipment.
Oh,
Really?
Oh,
Who is this?
Bill Kenny.
what's he gonna grow?
Cold crops, decorative corn.
Wow. Well, do we still want to show it? I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I could ask, because some of the stuff in it, I mean, it is about beans, but it's like their operation in general. It's kind of interesting, like the scale of their wash and pack, that kind of thing. I feel like that was in it, and just the scale of the equipment. I feel like people don't necessarily think of that in Concord. It could be like an interesting, like compared to in the other videos, it's like some really small scale stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess another thing that could go with that is vulnerability with the weather, because of the killed out with the rainy weather last year.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah. I mean, maybe it wouldn't hurt to ask, I guess, see if they are into it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'll email her, Beth, about it.
Anybody have anything else on the February minutes? I move to approve the minutes as amended.
I'll second it.
Thanks, Dan. March minutes. Everybody get a chance to read these?
Very informative.
I wrote them. I don't know if I can motion to approve.
I'll motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
Seconded.
Seconded by Melissa. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So what do we have? Oh, Brian's joining us. I think. I don't know why it dinged. Hey,
Yeah.
Right, hello.
it was like a doorbell rang.
Mhm.
Hi, Brian.
Okay.
So we're just moving on to news about Concord Farms and Farmers. And I know we were talking earlier about the jumping worms. I'll see if I can find that link from the UMass people, because that I haven't watched it either, and that could be interesting. But yeah, I think we're getting more, we're getting a lot of questions about it because of sort of the suggestions around them have been, don't bring in compost that you don't know where it's from, that you know, that is definitely a commercial source, so that it's, you know, potentially been heated enough to kill off the eggs. But I think so little is known about it that it's hard to, like, people have been like, can you guarantee this compost is free of them? And no, I can't. You know, like, they're doing the best they can, but I don't think anybody can guarantee anything right now.
Has anybody seen them? I don't think I've ever seen one.
They're at the community garden across from the fire station.
And they're just crazy. They just like writhe around. That's how you can tell.
Probably.
Yep.
They're weird.
Yeah. Mhm.
Steve, have you seen it all?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
What's their origin? Are
They're-
they another Asian?
I think they've been coming, there were like west of here already or south of here or something. They've been in the US for a while. They're not brand new. They're new to here.
Mhm.
And the little I read about them was also talking about how they're a big problem in forests, but basically they're more
Yeah.
problematic in areas where the soil is not disturbed. So like a raised bed garden may be more susceptible than a flat plowed field. But either way, they're not great. So
So a reason not to do no-till.
I mean, I don't think we know enough information, but definitely I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah. I know, I'm blanking on her name. The woman from Gaining Ground was definitely worried about them. So. Anybody else got anything going on?
We have a lot of land prepared to plant. We have some peas and beans in the ground and corn going in tomorrow, I
Awesome.
think. For better or worse.
Got beans in already?
You think we're past any cold weather or frost?
Peas, not
Peas
beans,
are-
peas.
Oh,
Sunday night.
really?
Sunday night, 35 is what they're saying right now. So
So Brian, when are you gonna put your peas and beans in?
the beans are
Fine.
whenever it gets warm, but the peas are already up.
Okay, so the beans are the ones that die, you get that die-off thing if they get too
Well, you
cold.
just they don't even germinate.
Right,
If it's cold, that it's just like a waste of time.
right.
And there's nothing worse than like a sparse row of beans that you just want to keep it because, well, they're beans, right? But they're never going to give you anything, and it's just like wasting ground, and it's terrible. You gotta avoid the temptation.
Our
Well, that's-
Jenkins are gonna be late this year.
Oh, yeah?
We
Your
had
what?
mulch on the strawberries that needed to come off quite an acreage, and we tried using the Williamson on that, and it seemed to work all right for once over to break up the heavy stuff. And I didn't think it would work. I thought it would just hang it all up. They got it set so went over once quick with that and it got us out of a jam.
What crop was this?
Strawberries for the
Oh,
malt.
Why are the Jamaicans late? Is that just like a holdup with immigration?
No, it's screw up on we had the same work order as we put in last year. But one of the provisions in it is that we have the ability to drug test. And somebody in Chicago didn't think that should be in there, so we lost 2 weeks.
Wow.
No.
But it's still in there, but and we got it, but it's just bureaucratic baloney.
Delay. When will they come, Steve?
They're supposed to be here on the 18th, and I think we'll get confirmation tomorrow if that's going to happen.
Cool.
So Melissa, have you put your any peas or beans in yet?
We have a couple plantings of peas in, but I don't do beans for a while. But we have seeded spinach, beets, and carrots too.
How's your tulips?
They're looking good. Yeah.
Okay.
It always looks like not much is happening until they are suddenly blooming, but yeah, they look nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have been harvesting Swiss chard out of an unheated greenhouse too, and that is doing very well. We've had a lot of issues with spinach the last few years on it. The Swiss chard seems to get around that, so it's a better crop for us.
Nice.
Yeah, we had voles eat an entire high tunnel of spinach that had germinated
Wow.
like this big. So we lost that, but
So when do you guys put parsnips in? I've planted, seeded, and I've never been able to get any parsnips out. I don't know what.
I put them in mid-May.
And you have to water them every day.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't try to go too early, because if you go too early, so we try to flame the beds when the parsnips take so long to germinate, like it could be 2 to 3 weeks, that you want to be able to flame it right before they come up. And that way you have like this weed-free bed. But if you try to do that too early, the weeds aren't germinating yet. And so it's pointless, you know. But the other problem with parsnips is you go too late, they take so long to mature. If you like last year, we planted in May, like probably second week of May, first week of May. And they didn't come up well for whatever reason. And we tried to do another seeding, but by the time you realize they're not going to come up, which is 3 weeks after you seeded them, at least, then you may be outside the window where you can actually get any.
Right.
And then the deer ate them, but that's another story.
We had much trouble with the voles on them that we've been taking them all in the fall.
We should have too.
Yeah.
The deer ate them all.
Well, they might have helped.
We found them all over the farm. When we were walking the dog, we would find parsnips in December, like 100 yards from where they were planted.
Impressive.
My advice with parsnips is don't grow them.
That's been working pretty well for us.
that's what I do.
They come out better that way.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
That and spinach have been two
Spinach
that
looks like our spinach is coming up great right now. Just seeded.
Don't jinx it.
I know. So today we just planted our first kale, first kohlrabi and early cabbage, and then our only early broccoli and cauliflower. And we put it in tight this time of year because it seems like it always seems like a big crapshoot with especially with the broccoli and the cauliflower. And so I don't want to waste a lot of space. And plus I don't have a lot of space that's dried out yet, you know. It's like you only have so many fields you can work with. And so we put broccoli and cauliflower in much tighter than we do later on.
That be smaller varieties generally?
What's that?
Would that be smaller varieties?
Well, the ones that we've been having great luck with are these like Chinese Kailan, I think it's BC 1611 or something. And they grow well spring and fall. But for regular broccoli, you know, we grow early varieties by preference.
Have you had any luck selling the Chinese version?
Yeah, because it's enough like broccolini
Right.
that, which is familiar to people, that you just, you know, strap it together that way so it looks like that, and it seems to go. It sells, right, Liza?
Oh yeah, it easily sells. As long as it's bunched, because then it like looks more like, I don't know, it doesn't look so stringy when it's bunched, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also before the flowers open.
Yeah.
I think Asian markets will buy it after the flowers open, but I don't think people are
Don't
not
make
used to
Concord
seeing
gonna buy it.
broccoli with yellow
Is
flowers.
this- Is this the stuff with white stalks or is this the stuff with green stalks?
It's like green,
Okay,
and you get multiple cuttings, which, you know, you're not getting a ton, so you have to have enough to make it worth a while to go back through. But you know, unlike broccoli where you're getting one and maybe another cut, these guys you're cutting over the course, you know, maybe twice a week over the course of probably 3 to 4 weeks.
I think it's nice too, because when we get it early in the season, it's something that's a little more substantial in the farm stand as opposed to just all our greens. So that's nice too.
Has everyone opened their farm stands yet? Or when do you open it? Like beginning of May, in the middle of May or something, or?
We open, well, so we're open for self-serve right now, where we do that honor system thing, and we won't open the building until probably June 1st. Maybe end of May, depends on what strawberries we're doing.
Chris Dooley is opening our greenhouse for selling tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow. Pansies, I think, is the only thing that's actually blooming. But he's open, and if people want to buy things that aren't in flower yet, they can.
We've done a couple of like online sales for stuff from the high tunnels, like arugula and kale. And we'll do that for a couple weeks and then do self-serve and then eventually open at the end of May.
And is that mostly CSA subscribers who are checking in, or is it all? Or
No, I mean, it's
farm
our
stand customers?
email, it's our email list. So it's a lot of regulars, because you have to like read through, and like it sells out really fast. So you have to read it in time and take action. So it's definitely regulars, but I mean, not only people that have memberships though. Yeah. And then we'll use that for tulips, just because it's hard to bunch and then just set them out and not know how many people are going to come. So we'll do that for tulips, and then we start having like the self-serve, like where it's not pre-sold once we have asparagus or something where we have, usually that's when we have something of substantial amount, enough to announce that people could just stop by. this is for when you don't want them to come and not have anything there.
Right.
I'm not sure how worried we should be about theft. I mean, we haven't worried about it too much in the past.
We had that issue last year with that one lady we caught, but
You know,
When I was a kid, I lived on Monument Street down past where you are, and you had just the little farm stand with the money box, and I used to.
and he used to steal from there all the
Worked out really well.
time.
the whole cash box got stolen one day, and that's when they were like, all right, I guess we have to man this.
Yeah, it's quite a nice cash box.
He still has it.
Yeah. I guess I always figured we're like always around. So like it would only be, I guess, if someone took like 2 bunches and paid for one. But it's like we would notice if they packed up the whole thing.
That's the only reason we noticed this one person last year, is that they got a whole bunch of plants, and I had just emptied the cash box and there wasn't any money in there.
Gotcha.
But
We just leave it out. We leave stuff out. So
yeah,
it's, you know, it's like all the soil bags and stuff.
So we had one woman we were quite sure was taking stuff because this was back when there was dairy store. And she'd come in and get some milk and eggs or something. And when she left, there'd be less money in the box. And when she came in, her husband came in and got a little bit of stuff and left quite a lot more money than he should have. So
Oh,
I do think people round up pretty frequently. So even if some people are rounding down and taking stuff, I think other people are making up the difference.
oh.
I just worry about that one guy with the truck backs up to the pallet of soil mix and like takes 35 bags.
Is this a real thing that happened?
No, this isn't our nightmare.
I can imagine it. So anything I can imagine is
Well, I mean, I feel like if someone is coming with a truck and loading up, we have all kinds of things, not just things that are for sale.
yeah. But if you're a landscaper, I mean, compost
Mm,
and potting soil, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
It is the gold. though.
It is a little more tempting, like those bags. Like ours is in sling bags, so they would need like a shovel.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And also the other stuff, if they steal it, they have to sell it on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a camera makes some sense.
We have one.
Have one. But it took a robbery to get a camera, so. You know.
We need a camera that can identify people that are stealing, flag them.
Facial recognition software.
Hopefully it won't come.
It'll have bias.
But, you know, it doesn't come to that. Sure. Oh, are we feeling ready to move on to talk about the spring forum / movie night?
Hmm.
Yes, we are. All right. Steve, you ready for us?
yeah, actually, I thought the meeting was going to be here tonight. We look at conditions and what we had to do, but then I saw it wasn't.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
The way it is right now, it looks like we could start showing around 7:30. And I'm not sure how many minutes we change between now and 2 weeks from now.
That's probably pretty good though. If we said 7:15 is a starting time to get people there and in and settled, 7:30 seems pretty good.
And I wanted to have people look at the projector I have and see if that's adequate, or if we should have something else.
Well, Dan and I tried out. Oh, sorry.
But
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to tell you that Dan came over and we were able to set up his projector with my laptop where I have the movie downloaded, and we projected it on the office wall and it looked great. So we were thinking maybe we could arrange a time that
we
we,
can do exactly the same thing with what I have.
yeah. did the same thing.
Yeah, maybe we should try it some night though and see how
Yeah.
it looks at that.
Yeah,
Do anything more for a screen or anything.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
You
and then Dan had the hookup for us for speakers.
Great.
guy that works,
I don't think we'll need speakers, will we?
yeah, I think we will. Because otherwise it's just playing off the laptop. It's pretty quiet.
so if we could do it like the day or two before, the Bobby guy that works with me is gonna bring some speakers. His father has a karaoke business, so he's gonna lend us a few speakers.
That's awesome.
Great.
Certainly, we could test all that stuff out then ahead of time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think he won't have the speakers way ahead. So that would have to be just a couple of days before, but if we wanted, we could try out the screen sooner than that.
And
Yeah.
you might be able to get the speakers earlier if we have a date that we're gonna need them.
do you guys want to arrange that with Steve and, or do you want to do it now or? I'm not looking at the calendar.
Yeah, Steve, when is good? I mean, I can do anytime, but you might want to give me a few days. I am sick right now.
Okay, well, this next week is pretty busy, but after that, it's pretty open.
Okay.
Wanna just kind of pick a date now, or?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, yeah, because next week will be good because the event is the week after.
Maybe like the 25th or 26th?
Is that far enough ahead?
Or,
If it's on the 28th, I guess that would make the most sense for the speakers.
well, I don't know, I think you can get them anytime, so it could even be like 22nd would, we could do maybe, or 22nd wouldn't work for me, but
What if we did the 21st? So it would be a full week beforehand, like the Thursday.
would that work for you, Steve?
Okay,
It's not good for you, Steve?
no, that's about the only night.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Wednesday, the 20th.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to do it when it's like around the same
Right.
time so we can see what it looks like with the darkness.
yeah, I think if we came sometime after 7,
Okay.
okay,
About the speakers, if it would help, I have regular stereo speakers. If the speakers just hook up with 2 wires like regular speakers, I have speakers that I can bring and might be useful, but.
Why don't-
And maybe the speakers you need might have a special way to hook them up that I don't have. I don't know.
why don't we see if there's any problem on my end, I can check in with you about it.
Great.
Cool. Do we have any other tech needs that need to be addressed for this or that?
what, do people want to have tables to set around or just mingle, or what sort of setup do we want?
Well, we told people to bring lawn chairs, so hopefully they're bringing some seating.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the farm exhibits,
Yeah,
want to have one.
I think a couple tables might be nice. What do you guys think?
Sure,
Sure.
Even just like the picnic tables, maybe.
I have-
Well, we have folding tables we could put up for anybody who wants them. We do have plenty of picnic tables.
is there any reason to bring any folding chairs? I mean, I have access to, folding chairs.
More comfortable on a picnic table probably if people want to bring some.
Okay,
I like the idea of the hay bales. I thought that would be that would be a nice feature. But I do have a picnic table and a few folding chairs to bring.
Steve, do you have hay bales or do you want to, is that too much of a extra?
I could probably weasel some out of the horse barn, but I don't know, that's,
Might be too big an ask. Don't worry about
I think
it.
that extra thing, if we can get by,
Without them.
we're
Yeah.
comfortable without them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe if you had a couple folding tables and Dan's
Yeah,
got
we
some
got
chairs.
plenty of those.
Yeah,
We have a few chairs too, but,
Okay.
Yeah, we can bring a couple of chairs. Maybe we could all just bring a couple extra so we
Yeah.
have them.
There's no way of having any sense as to how many people, right? Not really.
I have no idea who's coming.
Do like a circle of, not a circle, a square of hay bales around the circumference of the tent. And those are like the low price seats.
That the whole thing's free.
Popcorn.
yeah, we can set that up.
Awesome, Steve.
I think that's critical.
I think so. Well, we've advertised it, so I hope it's good.
Do we need to get any containers? I mean, those paper.
Yeah.
sleeve
Sleeve.
or anything? I don't know where.
That was
We'll find some cups,
Okay.
awesome.
popcorn. So we have some bags, I guess.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome. Is there any other techie thing that I'm not thinking of? Do we have power at the tent? Like there is an extension cord, right, Steve?
Yeah,
Okay. Good. I was gonna say the other thing is I did talk to Tori this week. The Minuteman is down a person, so they've been a little swamped, and then they've got Patriots Day next week. But she
oh, yeah.
is very much hoping to finish both the one she did of Barrel Farm and the one she did of Hutchins before this event. So we will hopefully have both of those to play as well.
Oh, good.
But definitely don't think they were planning on being down a man. So, but she's trying very hard, which is very appreciated. If she's listening to this and editing
She
this.
seems to have a good background and be into it a little bit.
She is, yeah. I think she's a little busier than she had planned to be this month, but other than that, yeah, she's definitely still into it. Let me see, promotion wise, I know Melissa put it up on the Farms of Concord Instagram, and I think I sent out the great little graphic that Lise made to everybody. But if there,
We'll give it some promotion as it gets closer.
great, thank you, Steve.
Yeah, I was thinking about printing out even just a couple here and bringing them to like Saltbox and Deborah's. I was trying to think of what our other main poster places were. Happy's usually good about putting posters everywhere, but I could do a few.
Yeah, I can print out a few too. And
Who took the photo? It's really beautiful.
Liza,
Wow.
or Liza provided the photo.
I actually think Abby, Brian's daughter, might have taken the picture. I'm not sure. It was on my camera roll, but I might not have taken it. It's pretty though.
Yeah.
Or it could have been Huey. That's the other person. I'm pretty sure it was Abby actually though. Yeah, it's a nice photo.
The plants?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was that from our greenhouse?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know we grew that many flowers.
Those are flowers, yes.
Yeah, they are. They're all like coxcomb and celosia.
Oh. Yeah. No, the promo thing looks really cute. So, but yeah, we'll put it back on our social media as we get a little bit closer. And I was Gaining Ground said they would send it out to their folks too. I know Marshall Farm, I think, also reposted it, and Shimoni also reposted it.
Yeah, I posted it from us also, but I was thinking that we could put it in our like newsletters.
Yeah.
Me too.
Should we plan to have a little Q&A session or something afterwards?
I think so. I think we might even want to, I don't know how everybody feels about this, but we might want to even have like a small Q&A in between. Like if we have the first 15, 20-minute one and then a little Q&A and then show the other ones or something like that,
Mhm.
or just do it afterwards, just have a informal Q&A. But basically that means everybody's coming, right?
I was thinking what we should see if the people who are in the videos are coming. Well, two are you guys, Farrell and Hutchins, but
But in the other video, like make sure Shimonis are coming and
right.
Where our greenhouse is open tomorrow, how could I get a couple of those posters to put up? Do you just print them off PDF? Or you have a fancy color printer?
I have a terrible color printer, but
How do
yeah, I just was
How
printing
do you
them.
do them then?
Hmm?
How do you generate the,
Oh, I was just printing them on the terrible one. I wasn't making them fancy, but I can print you off some, Chip, and bring them over.
yeah, well, is there a way to get, I mean, if you take them to the CVS where they have the fancy machinery, can you actually get a decent version of it? The JPEG maybe?
We could print some out if you send the link to it.
Yeah, I sent it in
Oh,
the email.
fine.
Yeah. You can print some, Steve?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, I'll resend it to you.
I mean, I have a really good printer, but it's only legal size would be the biggest. I mean, I could
That's okay though.
I think
Print
we
some.
often use that size.
I could print some and drop them, bring them up chips.
Yeah, you could either drop them off or just mail them. That'd be fine.
Cool. Thanks, Chip. And I can put some more around downtown too. I was thinking like Sally Ann's and Main Street Cafe or somebody might put them up too.
Yeah, that sounds good. Liza, if you want to do that, I'll do West Concord. Like,
Sounds great. Divide and conquer.
Do places like the library have places to put stuff up, or
They used to. I haven't been in there recently, but yeah, I'll find out.
We get something in the journal, you suppose?
That's
Might be a couple people read that.
I can find. I can submit it to the journal. I did submit it to Concord Living. I can't remember what that's. That has like a big calendar of everything that goes out, and they have a social media presence too. So it's on their calendar. It's also on our Ag Day website, and it's also on the town calendar as well.
Juliet, did Sam do anything about? Sorry, I thought it was muted.
I was trying to tag the town because I feel like even more than the journal, like people follow like the town announcements. But I don't know if there's anyone we could contact to like send anything out, or if them just hoping that they put it on their social media stuff would be helpful.
I was going to ask whether it used to be that that news and notices would publish, or things like Ag Day or the Spring Forum. They might have different rules now, but I think the publicity person is Erin. I want to say Erin Stevens. Is that right?
She's the one who does.
I
Yeah,
think it's worth it.
I can contact her. She's the one who put it on the town calendar for us.
Okay.
Jenny McIntyre and a group are planning to start a free pocket newspaper, but I don't know where that'll be going. I don't think that'll be going in time.
No, not till the fall, but then afterwards, it's going to be the paper of record, apparently, because the journal It's going to be printed in hard copy, delivered free. And the journal evidently is going online exclusively, so no more paper copies. And I guess that means they can't be the paper of record
Fascinating.
starting in the fall.
Oh,
Who's doing that? Denny McIntyre?
Well, it's a whole group of people, and did I say it's free?
Yeah.
So it's called the Concord Bridge, concordbridge.org.
Cool. All right. That seemed cool. I got marching orders. Anything else? What was the other thing we were supposed to cover on this? The actual day of event. You're all coming, right? So who's actually doing what the day of? I'm somewhat assuming that Melissa and Dan are going to be actually running the computer and projector situation. Is that a correct assumption?
Right. Correct.
Excellent. For the Q&A sort of portion, do we want to flesh that out a little bit more about what that might look like and who wants to do it? Or are we all just doing it because we're all there?
I would think we might just have a panel, just the farmers that are there,
Sure,
sit at the front or something and take whatever comes up.
that works for me. Dan, Brian, how do you feel about that? Chip?
Sounds good.
Great.
Sounds fun.
Should we have name tags for farmers? I have some stickies somewhere left over from Ag Day.
It'd be a good idea.
Okay. There anything else we need to figure out for day of? Any other like issues or sort of like backup plans? I think if you guys figure out the speakers, if they don't work or if something doesn't work, we have a couple days to scramble.
Yeah, I think so.
Is there anything else we haven't thought of?
Is there any kind of weather condition that would be an issue? Will be
Like-
like
Lightning storm, yeah.
Tornado.
Tornado, hurricane. I mean, if the
I don't
weather,
trust anything after 4 days. So
if the weather is terrible, we could have a emergency discussion about that. Just because I don't know who would come more than anything else.
but you wouldn't be able to communicate with them because they're not buying tickets beforehand.
Yeah, we would just have to put it on social media that it's canceled. There's no other way around that one.
Well, we did put a berm this year on the upper side of the tent to keep rainwater from running through
That's cool. So we're prepared for flooding.
it.
Are you projecting on a screen or the side of a tent?
I
Well,
think
One thing I wanted to try was maybe on the lower part of the top and see how that worked. That's a nice tight thing, and it might be an easy thing for people to look at, or it might not. But that'd be one of the things we could try.
on the
Extra white sides we could put on top, or the white that's there to cover the windows.
Cool.
are the sides somewhat tight or
Fairly.
You could probably tighten them.
But the top is very tight.
might? I don't know if it'd be hard on people's necks or we could try.
Well,
Like a planetarium.
It's not really that high, but I don't know. That's why I say I'd like to see
We
what.
can
it looks like.
experiment.
But
Yeah, when you guys test it out on the 20th, like try different stuff out, see what works.
Right.
I'll come. I'll bring a lawn chair. We can test. I can be the guinea pig.
Okay.
All right. Are we feeling good? Everybody's pumped?
Yep.
All right, let's move on. The quick Concord Farms video part 2 update, which is there is no update because she's still working on those 2 pieces that she's already done. And the salt box was gonna do filming with her, but not until I think the 24th or the 25th. So I don't think anything has happened since then. So that's the update. Moving along, Ag Day. Quick update. The town has officially signed off. The town manager signed off last week or the week before. So we are all good. We are on the town calendar. And we can start making other plans. So I kind of think there's Emily, you might have, either you or Happy gave me maybe a timeline at some point about the stuff that needed to happen. I think the next step is probably for me and Melissa to meet with Chris and Ron again from the police department, and just go over what they need from us. And also hopefully the town will be willing to again give us a little bit of money so that the banner can happen, etc. But I think that is our next step on where we are with that.
I mean, that sounds right. And I don't know whether, I think the Concord Bookshop is now once again having community windows.
Oh.
So it would be worth asking if there's anybody who's willing to collect the stuff to put in the window. And when is Ag Day? Is it like is it the Saturday after Labor Day?
Yeah, it's gonna be the September 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
So sometimes the window is available like the week before Labor Day, but depending on whether you have somebody to do it, it's a nice bit of publicity.
We've done it before. Or?
Yeah, actually, we did it. It started out as a project of the Garden Club. They really had the idea and the connection with the bookshop, and of course, since we were collaborating on Ag Day, the Ag Committee got involved as well.
Be interesting
But I
to
don't-
pull together like a lot of pictures from previous ones. 'Cause there's so
Yeah,
many now.
and there are usually farm implements, and then of course the bookshop. And the bookshop is the one who does this. They choose the books that are also put in the window to highlight the event.
Cool.
We probably have some pictures of previous windows if that's helpful, if one is available, in the time frame
I mean,
around Ag Day.
do you think I can just like pop in and ask or find out who might be the person?
I can give you the name of the person who used to schedule
Sure.
those. Yeah.
Okay.
Where was there still any idea of trying to get the library to coordinate? I think they were sort of weren't sure the last time that came up, but
Yeah, the last thing I knew is they weren't going to make a decision until much later. So they told us to just go ahead and plan, and I just would tell them what was happening, which I did. So I don't.
And they are having a sale in June,
I think that
which
was
is their usual time.
Yeah, I think they likely were going to move it. So
Yeah.
I think the fall one had just been because of COVID, and they
Right.
didn't know
Right.
that.
But there has been they've done other much lower key programming on Ag Day, so that you have that back and forth between the library and the center.
Yeah, I think it might be worth just checking in with them again and seeing if, letting them know we still would like to have a thing if they wanted to have a thing.
Yeah. One year, somebody there were some goats
Mhm.
on the lawn.
Wasn't that
I think they
fun?
were from Carlisle.
What, on the library lawn or?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was all, it was sort of building off of Ag Day. Come see some farm animals on the
Yep.
library lawn, and then go buy veggies from local farmers downtown.
Good.
The other update about Ag Day is Chris Carmody did give me the person who's in charge of the Concord Carlisle High School volunteer coordination. I guess the I don't know if it's all grades or if it's just seniors have a certain number of hours they have to do for community service, and so this would count if they were volunteers for us. So we have a contact there, which is great. And I think that's it. Melissa, am I missing anything? That was Ag Day, right?
For the Ag Day stuff, yeah. I think
Yeah, great.
Shall we see if Minuteman wanted to have a table or something there, vocational school?
Oh, yeah, that's actually a question mark. Do they have like kind of a ag related program there, right?
Right,
We definitely were going to talk to them about volunteering for like high school kids, also just volunteering. But that's a question mark whether they'd want to have like a info table.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa, I can't remember the name of the woman who runs their program, but she was in touch recently, wondering if there were any projects that they could help with on the farms.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up in the other business, just that they were looking for projects for their kids to do during during class hours or as jobs. There were like different options. And I sent my mom to their plant sale because she
Oh, how was it? How was it?
plant sale.
Was it good?
Yeah, she said it was nice. She got some plants.
I think they have a culinary program too that we don't they? I mean, I would think
I
Yeah.
think
that we could try to tap into, even I don't remember what the status of Stone Soup is, and I know that's not really our thing, but having them at Stone Soup would
it
be
looks like
nice.
Stone Soup is gonna take another vacation.
Oh, okay.
Is that, the restaurants are all too strung out with shortage of
Labor.
staff and so on to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. I feel like the Minuteman though has like a horticulture program, like more like maybe it's more geared towards landscaping, but I do think they have something.
Yeah, I think they do too, but like culinary also ties in,
Yeah.
but it's harder to do because permitting and
Yeah. Right. But we could definitely check in with them about having a booth as we get to that point in Ag Day, if we want to invite them.
I wonder, the woman from Minuteman has contacted us a couple times about the projects, but it's hard to just I'm not sure exactly what she means. It might be easier if we send out an email with some of the information she said to all the farms. I could put it together, but just so that we reach other people,
Yeah.
maybe like Marshall Farm would maybe have a project for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to explain third hand what they're looking for, but she gave some examples and stuff. I could put together an email on her.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Contact her if people want.
That'd be good.
Okay. That sounds great. The Scotticood Earth Day is our next topic. They reached out asking if we wanted to have a table at Earth Day, which now that I'm forgetting what day Earth Day is, I don't have my calendar in front of me. Shoot.
Friday the 22nd.
Yeah, I think it's Saturday, the 23rd is Miscataquid.
Yeah.
So they're not doing the parade, but they are doing a thing at the Old Manse, and they're gonna do like a river thing there. I wasn't sure if we had anybody available who might want to do a tabling thing. But I did tell them at minimum, we could at least drop off some of the guides to Concord Farms. So, because they were taking just like information to give out too. But it did have me thinking, one, does anybody want to do that? And two, are there other events in town that we should maybe be thinking about at least getting the guide to or something if we don't necessarily have the manpower to, set up a booth? But does anybody know of anything else that might be? Hi, Emily.
Well, I saw that item on the agenda, and something that is coming up towards the end of the month is Cooler Concord, and they're having, I think it's 4 days of programming, and then on the Saturday, a kind of Sustainable Concord festival. So that would probably be April 30th, I'm guessing. I'm not totally sure about that, but I have some information that I could send to you. And I know that we participated in a lot of the planning, sustainability planning for the town. But I have no idea how or if at all they're focusing on agriculture. But to have the guides there seems to me would be smart, would be a good idea.
Yeah, do you want to send me that, and I can
Well, yeah.
reach out, just see if they
Yep.
have a table of just information or something?
Yeah.
And I have the guide, so I can bring them.
Great. Cool. That's awesome. Thanks, Emily. Exactly what I was talking about. Perfect. And I at least wanted to do a Concord Housing National Park update, but she's not here. So I think we're skipping that then, I guess. Do you know where she is, Melissa?
And no, I'm wondering if she forgot because she did text me about something else.
No.
But I didn't know that she was. I didn't remember that
She's on the agenda. I know she met with them and just had like an update. But I don't know what the update is. So we can do that next time.
Yeah, I don't remember either. The overall thing I remember is just the whole market issues. Like,
yeah.
That it was all, they were rebuilding them all as, I should not be speaking to this. This is my big memory. As single families, like it's not going to be any apartments or anything.
Oh.
They have to do it at market rate for their budget. So she has more details, but it's not, I don't think we're missing out on taking quick action on.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything we would jump on.
Got it. We can put that on the agenda for next time, though, if she would like to speak on that. Does anybody have any other business that we need to discuss?
Oh, what about the terms that you had emailed me
Yeah,
about?
right. Thanks. Joe, your term is up the end of this month, and we were wondering if you would like to do another one.
Oh, well.
Or does somebody else want to do a term? I don't know.
To continue as an ag committee person, I feel like I haven't done enough to warrant that. But if you would have me, I would continue. Yes.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Hoping that
We were
you
hoping you'd say that.
would still be here until we got-
We got to put him to work more.
Well, it's true, yeah. There's,
So I don't,
there has to be more that I could do, and so please help me to figure out what that is.
this is a question mark for perhaps people who've done this long. What is the procedure here? Do we have to nominate Joe for another term? Do we?
Is he, did Joe fill a term and that's expired and now he's up for a new 3-year term?
Yes, apparently, I got an email today saying that Joe was ending the end of this month. His term.
Yeah, because I think the terms run like through until town meeting or something like that. Town meeting is May 1st.
You must have come on at a funny time then, right?
Well, but everything got disrupted,
Right,
I think. Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not really sure whether this was correct procedure, but I seem to remember liaising through the board liaison. But it may be sufficient to talk to Chris Carmody and say Joe's renewing or Joe is coming on for a new 3-year term.
Do we have to vote?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Keep it up.
What sort of an exclusive club is this?
Yeah.
All those
wouldn't
times
hurt.
when the liaison is here and we don't need them. One time we need them.
I feel like I got voted on to be in, so that's the only reason I'm saying that. Like, do we have to vote? I don't know how this
Yeah.
works.
We can
I
vote.
think that makes sense.
We'll vote. How about that? I nominate Joe to be another term of associate member.
I second
Third.
it.
And all in favor, say aye. All right.
Well, thank you.
The peanut gallery says aye.
Thank you.
Right.
So I think that probably has to go to the select board now.
I think so too. Who said Steve seconded, and then we all voted yay. I'm just writing it down. Yeah, so I will, I guess emailing Henry was right? He's our liaison,
Right.
right? And I will probably email Chris too, just to make sure we did it right. Sound good? All right, well, that's taken care of. I think I don't remember, nobody else expires this year. I know that. I think there's a bunch of people who expire next year. Any other business that I forgot? Public comment. Our next meeting, I think it's May 12th is the second Thursday. Does that sound right to everybody?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? All right, we'll put that on the calendar.
I think I'll be out of town for that meeting, but I guess you can survive without me.
Oh, I don't know, Steve.
You can phone it in.
Yeah, where are you going?
Oh, just out of Virginia.
Oh. Do you want to, I mean, do we want to move the meeting so Steve can attend, or we feel comfortable there will be enough of us without Steve?
You'd probably be all right if you don't have a quorum, somebody else can make it.
Yeah.
I might tune in by phone from there.
Oh, that'd be cool. You could do that. Just call me. I'll put you on speakerphone again.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, 12.
Well, one additional thought, it's off topic, but I'm over at the community garden where I have a plot. I've been asked to in some way monitor or to supervise or to, I don't know what, to do, we're going to do a compost heap, and we're going to try to get good compost out of it. So I just would like to be able to ask some of you for advice about composting as things go along. I'll have some compost questions because I'm being asked to know how to do that. And so I will. Okay.
Ask away.
Do you all have compost? Do you compost at your facilities, and you have good sized compost piles? I don't know if you do or not. Is that
What?
not really? No.
Yeah, we do, but we don't do it at all scientifically. It's basically there's like it's almost like when you think about it, it's almost like a sourdough starter. So there's like a bit of old poop sitting there that's been there for probably 10 years, and we just keep adding to it and mixing it in, and then that becomes the starter for anything else we dump in there. But it's not really a big source of fertility for us because we don't generate enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, so
Okay.
We get,
What'd you say, Steve?
I tell him Joey needs to get a horse.
yeah, poop is good.
we have a compost heap that we run. We get landscapers, a couple of landscapers bring us their leaves in the fall, and they'll bring us grass clippings during the summer. And we don't do it scientifically either. We turn it over in the fall. In the spring, we'll take the stuff from 2 years ago and spread it. And then we turn over the stuff from last year just once, and we turn over, it's a 3-year rotation. By the 3rd year, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's much fertility, but it does have organic material. I think it helps the texture of the soil, but it's strictly informal. The landscapers don't pay me. I don't pay them. It's convenient for them. That saves them the cost of dumping it in Cavicchios or whoever charges by the ton. So it's very informal. We only turn it over once a year, and it's a benefit.
Okay. All right.
You need a loader, though. It's hard to turn it over with a pitchfork.
I suspect I will be the loader at Falls Rock. All right. Well, thank you. All right.
Awesome.
Just stay away from horse manure that's mixed. Horse manure. We had a couple farms we got horse manure on in originally, and we were trying to do the whole organic thing of taking temperatures and flipping it and adding cow manure and the horse. Anyway, the bottom line is the horses. We had the worst case of horse flies, and I'm afraid everybody on the other side of Route 2, I'm sure it was very unpleasant couple summers, so we ended up stopping. The flies were so bad.
We use a predator wasp we get each week during the summer, and that seemed to make a big difference in the fly populations.
Oh, I'll have to try that again.
All right.
Cool.
Very good.
I'm gonna motion to adjourn this meeting.
Yes.
So moved.
Thank you, Steve.
I think you rushed that along a little bit.
All right, meeting adjourned. It's 8:17.
Sounds good.
Thank you all, and we'll see you all on Thursday, the 28th,
All right.
right? For movie
Okay.
nights.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.